Hi guys, I am back. I know that we just celebrated Mother's Day on yesterday, so to all my moms, I just want to come on and wish you all a happy Mother's Day. I hope that you all were celebrated. I hope that you all were honored. I hope that you all were poured back into just as much as you pour into others on a daily basis. Although we just celebrated Mother's Day, um, I just wanted to say I don't hear people talk a lot about how do you deal with being a single mom, being a mom, and your children. They come to you, and my 3-year-old son, he would say, "Mommy, I miss my daddy," and so how do you deal with that? Like, as a mom that wants to comfort her son, that wants to comfort her children, what are ways that you comfort your children when they are emotional, when they want their other parent? um that's one of the things that I don't hear people talk about a lot. And even being in church, I don't hear that being talked about. How do you deal with raising your children without the other parent? And how do you comfort your child when they are yearning for their other parent? Anytime my 3-year-old son comes to me and he says, "Mommy, I miss my daddy," it breaks my heart. But one of the ways that I try to comfort him is I say, "Let's pray." I say, "Let's pray and ask God to send you a daddy that will be able to be what your little heart needs him to be." And because I have 3 daughters and my son who's 3 years old, who will be 4 in July, I also have to understand that I can't just entertain and allow anyone to come into my life, because I have to protect my children. And I don't want to just allow anyone in, because I know that there's lots of crazy people out there. And so I always say, let's pray. What are some of the things that you all have had to deal with as moms, and how do you maneuver through those seasons as a mom who may have young children that have an absent parent that yearns to have the presence of a father? What are some of the things you say to them? How do you kind of pour into them? Um, I just really believe that God is not going to send me just anybody, because they have to be able to complement also my children. And so I'm just really being prayerful, believing God. I know that it gets overwhelming. I get overstimulated and I just break down, because I don't always know how to handle those moments when I know that my children are growing up. I know that they need a male figure, they need a father in their life. And so, yeah, it's really tough, but I know that it won't always be like this. Children are getting older. I say, Lord, if I have to do this all by myself, um, step in and be the father to my children that they need you to be, that their heart needs, because I know that there is a void. And because I have come from a place where I did not have my daddy he wasn't actively there. Like, he was alive and everything, but he wasn't there like I needed him to be. And so, because that's something that I understand so well, I don't want my children to go through that. But my children are getting older, and so what do you do? What do you say? How do you maneuver those moments and those seasons where you like, Lord, I don't know how much more I can do. I don't know how to respond to this. How do I comfort my child when I see that this is what's missing? Yeah. So, I hope that you all stay strong, because we as moms, if we don't know nothing else, we know to be strong. But I do understand that every person has a breaking point. This isn't to take away from anyone. It's just real life situations as a parent, as a mom, that's raising children by themselves. I don't know what season you may be in. I don't know how old your children may be, but if you have gone through that moment in that season where you've had to pour into your children or try to make up for that, what are some of the things that you did? I'll be honest, some of the ways I try to make up for my children not having their dad around is I try to buy things, I try to do things, I try to make sure they're okay. But I also understand, like, money can't buy what they don't have. I understand that that's only going to go so far. And so this is a journey. It's a journey. I just wanted to come on here and share that with you all. Please let me know in the comment section, how do you maneuver this journey? How do you handle your child coming to you and saying, Mommy, I miss my daddy? How do you maneuver the season where your child's dad may have passed away? And so what do you do? What do you say? I always resort back to prayer, but I just know that it won't always be like this, I love you all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.